What's up guys, Thiago Passo here, and today we are back. Welcome to Angular in 5 minutes. I know it's been a long time and we took this opportunity to upgrade our code base from the last video to the latest Angular 10. So let's get started. Alright, I've got the repository here cloned from the last video, and what I'm gonna do just to check, I'm gonna see which version of Angular we were using. So I'm gonna run here ng version. Oh my god, we were using Angular 6 yet. Alright, so that's gonna be fun. So before we move on, I'm gonna show you a website, the guide on how to upgrade your Angular application. So it's update.angular.io. So here we go. But in our case, we're gonna upgrade from Angular 6 to Angular 10. And straight away, you get this warning here. We do not recommend moving across multiple major versions. The reason for that is when you move to a major version, you have to test your application thoroughly. Alright, just make sure your application is up and running with everything in there. Okay, in our case, our application is quite simple. And all I'm gonna do is after each upgrade, I'm gonna run my application and make sure that everything is working. Okay, so first step. So let's move back here to the console. And what I'm gonna do is run the ng update Angular core to the version 7. Remember, we have to go one major version at a time. And also Angular CLI version 7. Right, so that wasn't too bad, but I still got that issue here with invalid rule result. I've been having that for a while and it's not affecting the application itself. So I'm just going to leave that for now, okay? So let's check what changed from one version to the other in our application. Alright, so I'm gonna go here to Visual Studio Code and I'm gonna check the package.json because I have to see the version differences of the packages. Alright, okay, so you can see here that it upgraded the core and the CLI, but it didn't upgrade the other packages. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to run another command to upgrade the other packages. I'm going to upgrade each of the packages that I have here to Angular 7. So Angular Animations at 7, Angular Common at 7, and so on and on and on. So I'm gonna run that. And there you go. We are in Angular 7 now. And you can see now in the package.json that all the dependencies are moving from the version 6 to the version 7 or above. Alright, so that's great, but now let's run the application to see if it's working fine. So I'm gonna run npm run start, which is gonna run ng-serve behind the scenes. Okay, so it's up and running. Now I'm gonna go to the browser, my application locally, and there you go, the application is running. I can go from one route to the other, and I'm getting this information here from an external API. It's working, it's running, right? So that's all I need to know at this point. If I do try to upgrade to Angular 8 now, it's gonna throw an exception saying that I need the latest version of Codealyzer. All right, so what I'm gonna do before upgrading to Angular 8 is upgrade the Codealyzer package, all right? So I'm gonna run here npm install Codealyzer. And the version I'm going to use is the 5.1.2. Cool, now I'm ready to upgrade to Angular 8. That's awesome, no exceptions this time. So let's check out the package.json. Alright, so you can see that pretty much every package now went to Angular 8, which is awesome. So one thing to point out here is the Angular HTTP. So you can see that we no longer have the Angular HTTP after the upgrade to Angular 8. And the reason for that is because the Angular HTTP was deprecated in Angular 7. Alright, so as soon as you go to Angular 8, the ng update will automatically remove the dependency from your project. So if you were using the HTTP module before, you have to start using the HTTP client module. And that's part of the Angular common. Okay, so now let's test the application to see if it's running correctly with Angular 8. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the console here and do an npm run start. Okay, so my application is up and running. I'm just gonna double check here in the browser. I'm going to refresh and it's working. Alright, so it's time now to upgrade to Angular 9. Okay, but before I upgrade to Angular 9, there is one thing to do. Okay, if you can see here in Visual Studio Code, there are way more files that were updated comparing to the upgrade to Angular 7. Okay, so before I upgrade to Angular 9, I actually have to commit those changes. Otherwise, the update will fail. Now that my files are committed, I'm going to upgrade to Angular 9. Angular 9 it is. So let's run it. npm run start. There you go, up and running. So let's refresh the browser and the data is coming back and I can move across routes, right? And finally, let's do the same to upgrade to Angular 10. All right, again, I'll have to commit my changes and then try to upgrade. Okay, so let's do that. Now we are ready to upgrade to Angular 10. ng update Angular CLI and Angular core. So I don't need to put the version this time because I'm going to the latest version. Okay. The upgrade now finished. So let's check the version and run the application. ng version is now Angular 10. Great. And I'm going to run the application. Alright, so the application is running. I'm going to go to the browser, refresh the page, and we should have everything working. So the data is coming from the API and I can move across routes. And that's all. Easy as. You're ready to use the latest features of Angular 10. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you want to see more about Angular. Thank you guys for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!